Grab your clubs and settle in, because it's time for Club Pro Chatter. Join your Minnesota PGA pros, Greg, Scott, and Jack, as they swing into the world of golf and beyond. Get ready for candid conversations, insider tips, and a whole lot of laughs. Let's tee off.
Afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Club Pro Chatter, Season 8, Episode 6. Want to apologize right off the start for skipping the last one. And we'd mentioned that we would have one in the end of July there, but the schedules didn't work out. Scotty McDonald taking the much-needed day off, or I think we told him just not to join us. My regular co-host right there, Jack Worrell. Jack, you got something special for us today. What are you doing out there?
I wanted to come to you live from the new number 10 tee right up here on the deck. It's going to be right in the hospitality area for the CRMC Championship, presented by Northern Pacific Center, by the way.
Throw the sponsors in. Good.
You're looking right down number 10. I'm on the building deck. I'm literally right on it. There's going to be people surrounding this. And our partner that's on with us right now, I won't give it away yet, but he'll be hitting this shot right here off the deck with people watching, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to be that close to the action.
Tyler and I were chatting while we were waiting for you to find your earpieces, but he's never played this tee. Jack, can you kind of take your camera and bring it down a little bit? Is this artificial turf we're playing off of, or you guys got some real grass up here?
So Gerton's, one of our other sponsors, supported this, but it's literally a real tee box built up on top of the deck, and we have irrigation underneath it. So they just hook the irrigation up and it comes up underneath it. So you don't have any sprinklers or anything, but yeah, it's here to stay. It's big. It's bigger than the current, the old tee box. So it's the real deal. I will say that it is not 100% approved yet, but we did get through the agronomy portion of that approval, and we are waiting for the head rules official to give us his final blessing.
Okay.
But I can't see why we've given them every reason to say yes. So, and we will keep doing that to make sure that we see everybody up here hitting a shot.
All right, we're going to talk more about that later, but we don't want to hold up our guest. We have with us the 2025 State Open champion, Tyler Leach. Tyler, good morning. Thank you for joining us today.
Good morning. Thanks for having me. Should be a fun time.
All right, Tyler, we'll kind of go back and forth, pop some questions at you. It gets really weird. We don't even know which way we're heading with it, so just hang with us, and we'll try to get to the story of your life as we get going here. But I always like to start off with, Tyler, take us way back. Where did golf start for you? What age did you pick up a club? Was your family into it? Just give us a full breakdown of how golf started for you as a young kid.
Yeah, golf started at a very young age. I was pretty blessed, and my parents actually owned a golf course. So from as long as I can remember, I've been playing golf, probably before I could even walk, to be honest with you. And I remember vividly when I was a kid, just waking up in the summer, walking across the street to the golf course, and going to the clubhouse and then going and teeing off. So I had the opportunity to play pretty much whenever I wanted, and that's kind of when I started to fall in love with it.
Jack, go ahead, buddy. Come on, what are you doing over there? Don't leave Tyler hanging. Get the net, or do you want me to go again? I got plenty.
Fire away.
Okay, well, I'll keep going. So Marquette University. Jack and I are basketball guys. Did you ever meet Shaka Smart?
Man, I never met him personally. I want to say he was only there for 2 of my 5 years, but he was always running around doing stuff. So I never ran into him, never met him.
Okay, well, tell us a little
bit. Is that
Dwayne
Wade? Is that Dwayne Wade as well? Do I have that?
You got it, Dwayne Wade.
All right.
Yeah, but Dwayne, he old.
I'm just saying, he's probably got like a statue there.
Old could be.
Yeah, he's a legend on campus. He's around quite a bit.
Jimmy Butler. I mean, there's some. I don't want to talk about him. Jack and I, we're Timberwolves fans, Tyler. So
he burned you guys.
Butler guys. Well, maybe Jack. I don't know. All right, so I saw that you won an event when you're in college. Very accomplished player. Tell us a little bit about your college career, that experience, turning pro kind of after that. How did that all go for you?
Yeah, college was interesting. I wouldn't say that I was necessarily super prepared going into college. If I was being honest with myself, it was a tall task to come in early and compete. But for some reason, I started playing super well when I first got on campus, and that kind of established myself in the lineup. And our first year or first 2 years, freshman, sophomore year, I had really good years. I was riding a pretty hot putter. Then I had some putting challenges for the last 3 years, and I wouldn't say I really met my expectations those last 3 years. So I was a little disappointed in that. But overall, when you sum it all together, I would say it was a pretty positive career, and there was a lot of goals that I accomplished along the way. But definitely the putter held me back along the way too.
What were your aspirations after college? I don't know your story as well as I should. I don't even know how old you are, but what was your aspirations after
He
college?
young, Jack. He young.
I know I figured that, but
I just, I guess it was some point when I was in high school, I determined I wanted to play professional golf. And so, when I had those first 2 good years in college, that kind of let me know that I was capable of, competing with these guys. And if I wanted to turn professional, I felt like I had the game to do it. So then once I graduated, it was a no-brainer for me. It was immediately, signing up for pro events and traveling the country and making these small paychecks, trying to get by, and that's kind of been the life since then.
That's interesting. I was going to ask you kind of about that because I see professional by your name, but you've only played in 3 state opens of our stuff, so you're obviously
Hmm.
playing in other things. Before we get to that, though, so your freshman year, Tyler, was that when you won at Crooked Stick?
That was actually my sophomore year.
Okay, so
Hmm.
you and John Daly always have a connection.
Yeah, you got it for sure.
Crooked Stick invite. Tell us a little bit about that win and that golf course.
Yeah, it was playing pretty tough. It was in like mid-October, I want to say. So, temperatures in the low 60s, upper 50s, pretty windy. And the first day was a 36 hole day. And it was one of those days where everything was just clicking. So I was glad it was 36 holes instead of 18. I just kind of kept riding the momentum. I remember making a ton of putts. Basically, anything inside of 15 feet was good. And I remember driving it really well. They had the rough really long. So the course just set up super well for me. And I built a 3-shot lead going into that final day, and I was paired with John Augenstein and Davis Thompson, who are both pretty good professional golfers. Pretty intimidating playing with them, but I squeaked by and did enough on the last day to beat them out. And yeah, that was my big win in college.
Cool.
you also have a little PGA Tour career history on there, Greg. Did you look that up?
I didn't see that. Let's hear it.
He has played at the CRMC Championship before.
Oh, I thought this was going to be his first one.
It's just I have this right, Tyler, don't I? You qualified
You
at
got it.
Preserve, is that right?
You got it. Yep.
What did you end up
2023.
shooting at Preserve to qualify in?
I shot 7 under, if I
Okay.
remember right.
Isn't that crazy, Greg? So we have obviously a Monday qualifier coming up, and everyone's just speculating. We have a lot of locals playing, and I said to him, I mean, if you don't go to 66, 65, you don't have a chance. Were you
Hmm.
the medalist or no?
I think somebody shot 8 under, and then me and somebody else shot seven, and then there was a couple 6 unders. I can't remember how many people qualified, but I want to say it was 6 under. That was the cutoff.
Most importantly, Greg, Tim Johnson's tournament record got beat that day. That was the most
Wow,
important thing
that
of the
had to
day.
hurt, Timmy. All right,
That felt
Tyler,
good.
let's fast forward into the state open this year. I'm going to just say it, and it may not come out right, but there was some grumblings about the setup down at the
Mm.
old Rochester Golf and Country Club. So when you got on site or when you started playing, tell me how your mindset was. Were you hearing some of the grumblings, beforehand? Jack Nicholas used to always say when he heard somebody grumble, he goes, he's out. Oh, he's out. And the people that kind of grumble about it. Tell me about your mindset going into the event. How had you been playing? What were you feeling like?
Yeah, so going into the event, to be honest with you, wasn't really playing that well. but I knew the course was short and the rough was going to be high. And I felt like being a young athlete, that gave me an advantage, a little higher swing speed. I can kind of gouge it out of the rough when I needed to. But I remember showing up to the course, playing the first hole, and getting on the green, and I was like, "Where's the fringe?" And then they had the hole cut on this, probably a 4% slope, and I had this putt above the hole, and I basically putted it off the green. So that was just a huge wake up, right off the bat. And so then after that, I was just kind of trying to figure out, okay, which holes do I need to keep it below the hole so that, I can don't have to, or I can avoid a downhill putt, and then figuring out how I'm going to hit those shots that roll up against the collar, when you miss a green.
You
So
go
you
into
must have,
protect mode a little bit.
What was that?
You go into protect mode a little bit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of holes out there where you're just hitting center of the green.
I was looking at the scores. Obviously, I saw you were, I think, 4 under day one. What was the conditions day two? I kind of forget what happened because obviously everyone kind of shot a little bit, worse. So what was it? What was day two like?
Honestly, day two is pretty similar to day one. There wasn't a whole lot different. The weather was pretty much the same. They had some difficult pins cut again. So I don't know what the scoring average different was, but it was probably pretty similar.
Yeah, it looked like you grinded day two to
Yeah,
kind of stay in it, and then all of a sudden fired back in the last day.
yeah, yeah.
Tyler.
Day two was tough.
So you mentioned that you putted off the green. So is hole one a drivable hole and you three putted it? Because you made
No,
par here,
it's
but you made eagle on a different day on that hole.
yeah, it's like I want to say it's like 390 maybe. It's just kind of a shorter par four.
Shorter. That's 6 iron for me. Driver 6 iron. But yeah, go ahead. So did you make the comebacker then on number one?
So you're talking about final round, the eagle I made?
No, the first round where you said you kind of putted it off on, was that a different hole
Oh,
that you
no,
made
no, no.
bogey?
Sorry. That was in the practice round.
Practice round. Okay.
Ah,
That kind of adjusted you. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, as Jack mentioned, 400 day one, 2 over day two, and then a flawless round on the last. And did you start with eagle to get you
Started with the
kind of jump
eagle.
started?
Hold out for eagle on the first hole. Good way to start.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, I remember. I think I had like 90 yards, and it's a blind approach shot. So you're just hitting, a wedge up there and kind of waiting to see what the crowd does, how they react to determine where your shot ended up. And I hit the shot. I remember hitting it pretty good. It was going right at it. And then you just hear the roar, and you knew it went in based on the roar. And kind of my mindset kind of changed right then and there because going into that round, I was one back of the lead, but obviously holding off for eagle meant that I was now leading. And I knew the course was going to be playing extremely challenging that last day. So from there, I was like, all right, let's just make pars. You've got the lead now. And then I did a pretty good job of that the rest of the way.
Jack, I want to tell you this about his card. I was going to ask that, Tyler. If you made 8 straight pars, turned to number 10, birdied 10. I'm guessing, did you make a bomb because you probably played to the center of a green?
No, that's only like a 340-yard par four. So I just had like a 50-yard wedge I flipped in there to like 3 feet and tapped it
Okay. So this is the cleanest card I've ever seen with all these
in.
pars on here. So it's funny you said that about your mindset, and with the things playing tricky. Was the old what do they call it, decade golf kind of part of in your mentality there of I just got to hit the middle of greens here and figure out a way out of two putt?
Yeah, for sure. But there was definitely a couple, shots I hit that final round where I was trying to be a little bit more aggressive, where maybe when I had a wedge in my hand or maybe they had an easier pin cut. So it wasn't all 18 holes I was center of the green, but I would say majority of them, yes.
Hmm.
so I always I always want to know the winning mindset because I don't have it. I know Greg doesn't really have it either. When you're coming down the stretch, all right, you were in the lead, obviously coming down the stretch. When did you know you have it, or do you hold that in until you get to the very end?
I would say I knew I had it when I had like a 7 foot par putt on 17, and it was a super fast downhill right to lefter, and I made it. So having a two-shot lead with one hole to go, I knew I could, make a bogey if I needed to, even if I missed the fairway or something. But only having a one-shot lead, I mean, there's plenty of bad things that could happen on the last hole where you could make bogey and go into a playoff. So once I made that putt, though, that was kind of the winning putt in my mind.
Did you hear that, Greg? Completely different than you and I. We could have been 2-shot leads, not enough, in a full panic, just trying to bring her home.
It's so true, Tyler. So many golfers, and I know I'm not alone on this. We're just trying to hang on for dear life, and you start steering golf shots, and you're the putter's waving as you're coming through, and of course I'm 50 now, Tyler, and so it's getting worse. It's why a lot of these guys move to commentary. But I'm looking at these scores, and tell me again, back to the winning mindset. Were you watching the board? Did you see that Jack Wetzel was making birdie after birdie and that Max Tilke was making birdies and was kind of coming after you, or were you able to just block that out?
Well, honestly, I had no idea. I was just trying to, play my own game one shot at a time. And once I walked off the 14th green, is when I turned to my dad and said, "Where do we stand?" He was caddying for me. And I honestly expected him to say, "Oh, you've got like a 3 or 4 shot lead." And then he said, "Oh, Jack shot 8 under, so you're only leading by one." So I knew with 4 holes to go, I could easily make a bogey in there. So, I definitely felt a little more anxiety than I had before I asked him. But then I went and made a good birdie on 15 and got the 2-shot lead, which made it a little easier the rest of the way.
Obviously, Tyler, we're excited to have you here in 2 weeks for the CRMC Championship. Where's your game at right now, and do you feel like you can compete with these guys?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like I've been playing well ever since the Minnesota Open. A few things have clicked. I would say one of my strengths of my game is my long game, which was the one area that I kind of struggled with at the Minnesota Open, but I've made a lot of progress in that area over the last couple weeks. And then the biggest change to my game recently was switching to the broomstick putter, and that's what won me the Minnesota Open, and been just riding with it ever since then. So having that change that I made, I think is gonna, really help me at the CRMC this time. Because last time I didn't play as well as I would have liked, and a lot of it was just bad putting.
All right, last one, Tyler, before we got to let you go. Give us your rest of the year. What does it look like for a? I mean, Brady Madsen. He's a member at my club here, local kid. I ask him all this stuff all the time. What does the rest of the season look like for you? I hate to throw you in this category, but a toiling professional that's trying to find a way to make it. Talk to me. Are you going to Q school? What are the things that are happening for you?
Yeah, so I've got the Wisconsin State Open, which starts this next week, and then I'll be playing up in Brainerd for the CRMC. And then after that, it'll just be Q school for Corn Ferry Tour. Right now I have to go back to pre-Q, but if I were to make the cut at the CRMC, then I would actually get to skip pre-Q and just start at first stage. So hopefully, we'll make the cut, get to skip that, and then after that, it just comes down to, advancing stage by stage and trying to get that PGA Tour card.
Well, Tyler, thank you for joining us. You're a great interview. You're fun to talk to. You got a great smile on your face, and I cheer for those kind of people because there's a lot of grumps in our business, and I don't have time for that. So it's good. It was a pleasure getting to know you a little bit, and I hope to shake your hand someday.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me on, guys. It was a pleasure.
Jack, any
Tyler,
final words?
Yeah, good luck in Wisconsin. Play well. Bring that momentum up here to Brainerd, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
You got it. I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Thanks, Tyler.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Jackson, those kind of things are fun for me. I like to see that. You see that when Tiger was at his prime, he was kind of a standoffish prick, if you will, kind of like not very sociable. And so I cheer for those kind of guys. And I don't know, you get to know a lot of these guys and you see all the different personalities, especially when they're coming up here, and you can kind of tell right away, right? This guy is somebody I can talk to. This guy isn't.
Yeah, in a hurry. Obviously, I want to get to know all of them and kind of build that relationship up. And there's some that are, this is kind of the story of the game that I think is a problem, is they almost have to be robots in order to win. And not all of them, but a lot of them. And the ones with personality just gravitate towards because they're fun, right? I mean, we love seeing Hatton out there. We love seeing these guys with emotion, John Rahm and Even, Scheffler's become a bit of a robot at this point. So I think a lot of these guys feel like they have to do that. And when you find some with personality, it makes it so much more enjoyable to watch and cheer for them, like you said.
Yeah, and Tyler fits that bill. I'm going to be cheering hard for him up there and that. And I saw your exempt list, Jack. Wow. Stud field of even, I'm sorry, not exempt list, but of your sponsor exemption list. I mean, that had to be super difficult for you to pick, but you did a good job, man.
I appreciate it. Obviously, you get a lot of requests, right? So we get, over 100 plus requests. I'm still getting them now, even though we're full. The first one that we picked, which is just crazy to me, is Kyle Stanley. And his resume comes in on my email and says 2-time PGA Tour winner Kyle Stanley wants to play in your event. And I'm sitting there going, he's got more wins than anybody in the event on the tour. He's got more wins than Jake Knapp. You know what I mean? So it's like I had to take him. Obviously, I know he's trying to build his way back through Korn Ferry, and so he's played in 2 PGA Tour events this year, and he's super excited to come to Brainerd. I mean, I have to take that advantage and have him here, and I'm excited to watch him play golf. Guy won the Phoenix Open. I mean, I forgot the other one. It was a weird name, but he won another event on the tour. Happy to have him, and happy to have Thomas Lehman, and obviously Carson's back from winning the State Open last year. He shot 11 under here last year as an amateur. I mean, these guys are studs. They can play. Kind of a cool little thing. We have, Fred Funk's kid plays in it. And you got Tom Lehman's kid playing in it. Obviously, Carson Heron, Lumpy's kid playing in it. You also have Chris DeMarco as well. So kind of fun. Look at this guy. Look at this guy out of the blue.
Let's do it.
What a cameo. A cameo by Scotty. I looked like Denny yesterday when Pepper walked up to the tee. Did you see Denny's eyes got, oh, Pepper. That's what I just did.
Just one reason.
We can't hear you.
Yeah, don't ruin this podcast.
Log off. We'll talk to you later. Embarrassing. Okay, that's live, folks. I'm sorry. That just happened. The guy is heading out for work. I think it's fun, Jack, to watch Scott actually have to work now. Have you made fun of him a little bit for this?
Yeah, it's nice to see he's punching the clock and just not doing whatever he wants. You know what I mean?
Yes. And it's taken his toll on him. He hasn't been able to play in as many events. But we got sidetracked here. I want to keep going on CRMC. This is a big couple weeks for you, Jack, and I want to give you some moments here. Scotty, you're killing this mode here, baby, but I think people will find it amusing. So, Jack, 2 weeks to go. You've got a ton going on. Tell me what's happening right now. What's the final 2 weeks look like for you?
This was a gigantic week for preparation. So think about your checklist of the dumbest things you've ever heard, right? Where we're positioning things, where we're putting the bars, all the BEOs, all the food and beverage side of it, covers for the entrance way golf course. We have a meeting today. We're going to go through the golf course, check sand depths on a few holes. We have some areas that we want to make sure we improve on. We want to make the grounds look as good as possible. And then we roll into next week. Tour official shows up on Tuesday, week prior, and we start the process. It goes pretty slow in the beginning. We're just doing course tours. We're looking at hazard areas. This year we have a new 9. We also have a new rules official. We've had the same one for 3 years. So we have a new one this year who I know very well, so that helps a lot. His name's TJ. He's coming from the event prior, so he'll be coming in, like I said, on Tuesday. But we'll roll right into it, and we'll go through every facet of the tournament to make sure we have things dialed in all week. The operations team will start set up. So you're going to start putting some stuff out there, like, obviously all our signage, all our flags, trying to make everything look right. I'm sure we'll be right here on number 10T quite a bit, making sure this is up to snuff for those guys. It's all about player safety. It's about spectator safety for that. And then we roll into, Sunday is a big day, Saturday, Sunday of the weekend, because now we got to get everything buttoned up. I mean, we got digital scoreboards to put in place. We got a concert out on the number 18 green. So we got to put the stage up there. It's all planning up to this point, and we roll into the week. Obviously, once you get to the actual tournament week, it's exciting, and it comes together and it's fun. Prior to that is all the work that goes into it. Monday, I mean, everyone thinks, all right, PGA Tour, America's event, not much going on. It's just a Thursday through Sunday deal. I'll give you a quick flyby. Like Monday, we have a 80 or 96 person shotgun tournament for charity, and we have pros out there hitting a shot on every third hole. It's a scramble, and we have the Monday qualifier on two. And we're taking the pros fishing on Monday night, so we got a bunch of boats set up. They love that. They come in. It's their day to kind of unwind after the last event. We'll take them out fishing on golf for 2 hours. We roll into Tuesday. We got a Brainerd Chamber event right here on the 10th tee. We have a long drive contest on the 10th tee. And we go over to the gravel pit, and the pros get food and beverage over there. If they make a birdie, we put $100 for the charity. They make a hole-in-one, they get $1,000 for the charity. They'll just go out and play. People can watch them. Super fun. Plus, we have practice rounds those 2 days. Rolling to Wednesday is our big Pro-Am day, 208 players in that Pro-Am. It's 52 pros play on the front nine, 52 pros play on the back nine. There's coordination there. Our AMs absolutely love this event. We give them over $1,000 in tee prizes each. And then we roll into the tournament. To be very honest with you, the tournament is a little easier than those first 3 days. And, it's nice to because like I said, the tournament's it's set, right? There's tee times and it goes in order as long as there's no rain. It goes in order and everything works out well. Friday night, we have a DJ right here on this tee box on Friday night. So as soon as the last putt drops, we got number 9 green right there. We got number 18 behind me. As soon as the last putt drops, we have a DJ playing right here. He's playing in Vegas the week prior. He's playing here for free. He's our member. So the ladies, we hope this thing is packed full of these ladies for the DJ. And Saturday night after play, obviously we have a cut. Saturday night after play, we have a concert on 18 that kicks off as soon as the last putt drops at 6:30. And then we have fireworks after that. And then we roll into Sunday, and Sunday's all about golf, obviously, to crown our champion. So, yeah, it's a big week. I'm very excited about it. People think it's kind of a cakewalk for us, but it really is quite a bit of work and a huge team of people, a lot of volunteers, a lot of staff. And we're all super excited to do it again. We really are.
Okay, dodge this question if you have to, or somehow twist it to whatever you need to, but I'm very interested in the business side of running one of these events. How does this work for Craigens? It can't. I'm sure there's zero green fees going through, but worse than that is you don't have the general public playing that week. You've shut it down more or less. How does this work business wise for Craigens? And divulge what you can, Jack. But I understand maybe there's some things you can't.
Well, I'll shoot you straight. Obviously, we have nothing to hide. The first couple of years are tough. That's the honest truth of it. You're putting up a lot of money. It's a low budget. Everyone thinks, okay, you're going to have a grandstand like TPC Phoenix, and we're going to have this unbelievable setup. We can't afford that. We actually went and priced one out for the deck up here. It's $60,000 to have a air conditioned. Yeah, it's not going to happen. We live in Brainerd, right? There's nothing near here for that. So, what do I have for, people to sit on? I go get bleachers from the Brainerd High School, and they give it to us for free. And we jazz them up a little bit, but that's what we're working with, right? So you got to be real careful on that. Obviously, we have new owners this year, so this is a year to kind of prove this event and see the value of it. What I'd say is the first year we had no idea what we were doing, Greg. I don't think anyone really did. We talked about it a lot, and then we just didn't know. But Matt McKinnon, superintendent, and I, we flew up to Vancouver, went over to Victoria, which is a beautiful island up in Canada there, watched their golf tournament, which is the first one of the year, and they've been doing it for 20 years. And as soon as I watched it, I went, all right, we can do this. This is something we can easily do, and we can do it in our own way to make it more fun. So that first year after going to that, we did pretty well. We lost probably, I don't know. We lost some money. There's no doubt about it. With the course closed for a week, that's a ton of dough out the door, right? And it displaces the members. We're trying to find ways to get them, some golf rounds up at Pines and Preserve and everywhere else for that matter. So, yeah, it's tough. Second year, we still lost a little bit of money. We won Tournament of the Year, so that gave us a lot of credibility. And obviously that first year having Jake Knapp win, gigantic. That's gigantic because now we have a face, right? And people know that, okay, these guys are coming to Craigens and they're going to be winners on tour. Plus Jake had the hair flowing and he looks that big flowing swing. If I can't sell that, I can't sell anything, right? So Tournament of the Year gave us some credibility. Rolling into year 3, we got a lot closer to even. And the thing that you can't measure is the marketing side of this. the exposure side of this, and being affiliated with someone like the PGA Tour. We are building relationships here that I would never think that I could build in Brainerd, living at my home on, in Nisswa. I mean, I would never think this would happen here. And even when I was at the Pines, when I heard Craigens was doing this, I was like, they're crazy. That's never going to happen. And I've said that out loud. They called us too to help, and I was like, no, it's never going to happen, right? And they're never going to complete this renovation. I'm over there at the Pines thinking that, and look at, I'm here doing it now, and I'm like shocked. It's true. It happened, and we went through the renovation process this whole time too, so that was difficult. So now we're getting into year 4, and guess what? We're going to have the Layman course open this year.
I was going to ask you that. Are you going to have regular golfers?
That we are. No range, obviously. We're able to check them in right over there. I mean, they don't have to come to the clubhouse. The cool part of this for us, though, is we get to keep the course open, right? So we're going to have 200 rounds a day over there. We were able to shift over to red and white, so it's really isolated over here. It's nice. The best part is I'm going to get all those 200 golfers to come watch some golf. I've lured them in with a golf course open, and now they can come watch some golf. Obviously helps the revenue line, and things with that course open really come back together where we're able to make a little bit of money. Like I said, though, if you go look on social media and our website and everything we're doing, the marketing value is huge. We had 3 media days since I've been here. This last one was in July, and it's a topic of conversation, right? You have this renovation, you have Tom Layman doing the design. What's the next topic? You have a PGA Tour affiliated PGA Tour event, and Jake Knapp is part of that conversation. And so it really does give you a ton of credibility with the golf course. Play where the pros play. We say it all the time. It's true. They're playing here. They're coming to Brainerd. What I love is the whole golf community is supporting us, right? Obviously we have competition in this area, but we want the area to do well. Pines at Grandview has always supported us with that qualifier. Deacon's Lodge had the first year. It's, what that to me is everything. If we can build the golf in this area, obviously we just had the AM at the Classic. I mean, these are big events. We're constantly thinking maybe we can up our game to the next level. The conversation for Corn Ferry is there. And it's definitely a light conversation right now because I'm like, wow, how much do I have to raise to make that happen? But we've done it really well so far. And this year, it gets easier, right? You get better at it, and everyone knows the drill. So you just, it makes it a little bit easier to be successful. So that's a lot of talking. Sorry, but
no, I want to hit on one. No, I want to hit on one other point. I think it's really cool that you've included the gravel pit. Again, that's kind of in the infant stages of what they're doing over there, and Chuck's done a pretty good job of marketing it. But I don't know how badly, what that does to his financial impact. But just the exposure, like you said, the marketability, I think maybe is a big thing. So how did that relationship evolve and got the pros over there?
Well, let's be honest. Chuck started this journey here. I took Chuck's job here when he left, and he had a relationship with Tour, and these guys are looking for clever ways to get these pros, loosened up and happy, right? And give them something other than just grinding golf every week, right? So it's Chuck's environment over there, to be honest, is so perfect for that. They can go on there on a Tuesday. They're not quite serious yet. On Wednesday, they get a little more serious, right? A little more tightened up and trying to focus. So they go over there on a Tuesday, have a couple beers, have some food, and play a really easy golf course where they can even work on their wedges a little bit. They still keep swinging, but they have a blast. They're playing in 8-somes. The Tour staff goes over there. They play as well. I went over there and played a few holes with them. It's a perfect environment for that. And to be honest, Chuck is he's such a good supporter of everything in our area, especially this event. And he's right here. I mean, literally the golf courses are touching. So, I mean, it's as easy as it gets for us in terms of access. And again, building the area up, right? Those guys think that was so cool. Like, wow, there's par 3 stuck in a gravel pit. How's this even here right now? And so it's a fun environment. We're excited to be with them.
All right. A lot happening, Jack, coming up. I want to segue kind of into some PGA Tour stuff. We also have to talk about our picks, which we'll get to at the end. But so CRMC, have you ever contemplated giving yourself a sponsor exemption to play?
I've had a lot of people ask me that. No, I've never contemplated it. I did,
okay.
Obviously we had that points race that we did last 2 years or 3 years. And at one point I was doing well in it. I would absolutely, the problem is I can't play in the section championship ever. So that's really hurting my cause. That's my favorite event to play in. But if I got in, I would I would have the conversation. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
That'd be real.
So,
it's so far fetched, Greg. There's no chance.
yeah.
I don't
So
know
that
if I could,
segue, but that
I don't know if
segues
I can
me.
hit the shot. I don't know if you and I could hit the shot with.
There's nowhere to hit it from there, Jack. I don't have enough carry to get to anything that, I mean, I'd have to hit that thing. I couldn't get to the fairway.
I would have one goal right here, Greg, with the crowd mounting around us, just getting announced. I'd have one goal: get it in the air. That's it.
Just get it airborne. So
Yes.
The reason I asked that is because I want to get your feeling. Let's move to the PGA Tour about Keegan Bradley. You know how much it takes to run an event, and then to try to, now you're thinking, hey, maybe I can play in this thing. What is your take on Keegan in the Ryder Cup?
You can tell just by his demeanor how hard he is grinding to get the conversation going on this. You could tell from the beginning. He's had a great season. He clearly is focused on winning. And I don't know if that was to get himself in the conversation, to get himself a spot, or just to prove that he still has it. You know what I mean? And he just didn't get this. They didn't just hand this to him because of, the Netflix show. I mean, that's what it feels like a little bit, right?
Right.
So I think he is not, I just don't think he should do it. I think he should stay the captain. I think he should not play in the event. That's really hard to say because part of me said, maybe. I just don't think he has, if he was Tiger Woods or this is so stupid because it's not, but if he had that kind of firepower, I'd say, yeah, put him in, got to put him in. But there's people that are playing as well as he is, and he could be the captain and still have a great team. And I think that's what he should do.
I don't see an upside for him by doing this. That's my take, is I don't see how this could make him, you'd have to win and probably win convincingly. And I don't know how you could ever play a first match knowing that you have to make some decisions for those afternoon matches. And I've been kind of boorish about this I think it's a horrible idea. I'm kind of with you on this, Jack. I just can't see it. If he wants to play, then give up being a captain. You have some vice captains that maybe need to take over and be the captain. I'm just not seeing it. I'm right with you on this.
You imagine the pressure, Greg? I mean, can you even imagine the pressure of that first match? And if he doesn't play well, I mean, he's going to look like a fool. You hit it right on the head. There is no upside. He can only lose by, I shouldn't say that. He could win, but he'd have to win everything.
You have to win it all. And
everything.
Here's the other thing, Jack. It's on home soil where you're supposedly the favorite, because it's pretty understandable that, on paper, I think the European team is just far stronger than us. And that's without three of the live guys that are probably going to be on the team. And so I sit there and I go, all right, if Keegan's one of our top 12, maybe he should play. But if he's got to try to manage this thing of a team of lesser players, I just can't see it. So let me ask you a second question then going into, do you want to see him make a young movement, go to the Ben Griffin, the Novaks, maybe even this Goddard kid? Or do you want to see him kind of stick with veterans because it's at home? Do you want the Jordan Spieth, Justin Thomases? Which direction? Or do you want a combo? What are you feeling?
I feel like the veterans are struggling. I really do. I get it. I get it. It's a different kind of event. You know what they're going to do. They're going to do the mix, right? They're going to do the mix of veteran and young, and they're going to try to pair them together. And I think we've already done all that, right? We've done the veteran deal. It didn't work. You kind of heard it. You heard it when Tyler was talking. I'm young. I'm going to hit this side of the rough. No problem, right? I'm over there going, I'm a veteran in theory. I'm over there going, oh boy, I don't know if I can get this out of there. He wants that. He wants that, and those young guys want it bad. I think the old guys do too, but for a different reason. They want it to still be relevant, whereas the young guys want it because they want that opportunity to show everybody how good they are. So I think you got to go young movement. It's proven to work. These guys play great golf, and they're going to be able to battle. Plus, it's a difficult golf course. You're going to need some firepower. So.
Yeah, I'm with you, Jack. I want to see Maverick McNeely on the team. He's 11. I want to see Ben Griffin for sure. He's number 9. I don't think there's any way they cannot put him on. I'm nervous that Patrick Cantlay is going to make it on because he plays well at the BMW Championship and has won at this golf course that they're at back in 2021. So he's going to slide up the list. And then there's this Brian Harmon guy that's sitting there at 13 where I'm like, no. And I'm just wondering if if Keegan's going to play the old, well, I got bounced out, and so I got to add in some of these veterans. And Justin Thomas at 7 is probably going to be picked no matter what. Colin Marikow at 8, probably picked no matter what. So what are you left with? And then Keegan at 10. I don't know, Jack. I'm with you. I'd like to see. Go ahead.
You put Harmon and Cantley in that locker room, you're going to be bored out of your mind. I mean, no offense. I mean, come on, guys, let's go. That's never going to happen. That's not happening.
No,
so I don't think I would even have I would obviously be excited, but I have a hard time pairing up with Cantley. Like, ooh, this will be a fun day. This will be a fun day out there with him. He's not going to say a word to you.
Not going to have
looks
no
like
fun.
A nice guy, but
he ain't having no fun. All right, that's enough Ryder Cup talk. We got we had the 4 majors. We had the point system. As you guys know, probably without even looking, I dominated this last one, and I ended up with 3.5 million, having Scotty, Rory, and Sepp Stratka, but Scotty and Rory obviously finishing top 2, I believe, or top 3, really helped me. Jack, you finished last place, first time in all of the picks that you did, but it worked out so that we each had 8 points, so we tied the entire thing. So I'm going to come up with something. Yeah. Completely tied. We all have 8 points. I'm going to come up with something for the Ryder Cup, some sort of picking. So we have the next one that we're going to try to break this. And I didn't know. I've been telling people, did Fogo de Chao include wives or not?
That depends on timing, but probably we could do that. Why not?
Well, I was telling people,
I want to play off for it at Rum River. Let's play off for it at Rum River tomorrow, a couple days from now.
I was thinking this is a $700-800 bill that we're playing for. A lot of people play for $50. We're playing for like $700 if it's wives included.
Greg, this will be our biggest win in the last 4 years.
And again, it's not our golf games that's picking. I will see you at Rum River this Friday, huh?
I'll be there.
You're back.
Yeah, I love playing rum, playing with the girls.
You always play with that team when you do show up, and I don't know. Is there a year that you've missed?
I missed 1 year somewhere there. I was there last year, but yeah, I always enjoy going. It's a short drive for me. I just love it. I take the back way over by Mille Lacs, and it's kind of like I'm on vacation. It's almost like I'm driving north, even though I'm not.
Yeah,
but it feels like it.
That's your north. So okay, yeah, I'll be there. I am also missing the section championship this year.
Wow.
So yeah, it's been a weird year for me. You probably heard some of the changes in my life, but we're getting there and moving forward. We'll save that for another episode. Jack, I kind of wanted this today, since we didn't have Scotty, to be about all the things that you got going on, and I know it kills you to miss that section championship, especially at Bemidji. Great track for you to kind of go up there and do your thing. But yeah, I mean, it all depends on when this falls on the calendar. Now, there has been talk, right, about the CRMC moving to some different dates, has there not? Like within the weeks?
Yeah. Our best chance is for the section championship to move. If we stay with PGA Tour Americas, it'll be the same weekend, most likely. And if we went to Corn Ferry, if that ever happened sometime down the road, it would change probably dramatically. But yeah, Tone, this is my shout out. Please change it, please, for the love of God, somehow. But this one hurts. I got to be honest, Greg. I've missed the last 4 with this one, and I love driving north. I absolutely love playing Bemidji, and as you know, it's going to hurt, isn't it? It's going to hurt to see the scores coming in and knowing you could be there. But
I told my wife this. I told my wife, I said this morning, I said, babe, I don't know why I'm telling you this, but I'm telling you, I have to miss the section championship this year. And she goes, whoa. She goes, does that hurt you? I go, yeah, it hurts a little bit. She goes, do you just because you're not playing so well? And I said, well, with the changes in our life and things happening, I'm trying to button up the county commissioner deal. There's some things happening that week that I kind of need to be a part of. I was like, it just feels like it was the right decision. And I think, Jack, that's where you end up. I think you've tried to make it work with Pepper and saying, hey, how about if I went up and came back each day and did this and worked through the night and then drove back up? But again, at the end of the day, I'm sure you just said that doesn't make sense. Is that fair to say?
Kaylee, I was like, hey, can I play 8 a.m. both days? I figured I'd get back by 12:30, 1 o'clock on Monday. Tuesday would be a disaster. But yeah, I thought about it. My question is, do all the other pros have this kind of passion for that section championship? I mean, literally, it's inside me. I want to play so bad, and I don't have that for a lot of events. I have that one for that, and it's not because it's my chance to make it in the PGA Championship. Of course, it is, but It's just because it's a great event. It's something where every time I play, if I play well or I play bad, I really enjoy it. Enjoy seeing all those guys and playing those fun events that are 2 days. And so yeah, it's I wonder if everyone has that passion. I know you do. I know Scotty does. I think a lot of people probably do. But
Yeah, there's many that do, because you can tell by the fact that some of these people don't play in any other events all year. This
yeah,
is their one event that they play in, and I know we get a point for it, in the section, as you're trying to build. It's a brand new calendar cycle right now, so people aren't thinking that, but I always do. It's a free point, more or less, because I typically play. But yeah, we'll get back into it and get moving, and we'll see what happens in your life, Jack, as you evolve with this tournament. Cool to hear the business side of it, because I think that's the part that we don't, as PGA pros. I often feel like that's our number one job, is we're connecting people and fun to trying to make money, because otherwise we don't have a job. And I just think that sometimes those two things don't they kind of clash a little bit. And
yeah.
and so we're trying to figure that piece out, and I think that's part of the fun of it. So all right, that's
growing,
all we got
growing the
for
game,
today.
Greg. Growing the game.
We're trying to grow the game, but I hate to say it, there's bills to be paid, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
you got to make money and grow the game a little bit. But yeah,
and that doesn't
that's the
always
deal.
match. It's
Yep.
it's a tough one. So any final thoughts, Jack, before we sign off?
I think Scotty, just so you know, I think Scotty called that there would be an absolute tie in this Fogo de Chao thing. He called that maybe 3 months ago. He figured you'd come up with some point system that would get it to a tie, and he called it. He called it for sure. But I do think we should play it off. That's my thought to end the
Well,
podcast.
let's just discuss this real fast. The point system actually worked against me, because I won twice, and you won once, and Scotty won once.
Hey,
So again,
it reminds me of that time we had that greens race, and I think I won it at the NCO, and we're somewhere in like Iowa, and you're back there and you go, I think I might have won it. I went back and counted them all. I was like, what?
that's an inside story that we can't share with everybody, because it gets too deep. But Jack and I, as many know, we do the NCO this year coming up. I think will be year 22 or 23. We just started coordination with that, and that's where that all stems from. We have some crazy times, Jack Worrell. But as we get old in the business here, I was telling Tyler before you got on, I go, yeah, I think I started at Craigan's the year you were born, or maybe the year before. And it's true. I started in 1999, right at Craigan's where you are, as outside service coordinator. And that kid we interviewed was born in 1999. So here we are, J-Dubs, years
Still
later.
going. Still going, Greg.
All right, that's Jack Worrell, Greg Snow, Scott McDonald. You guys got the cameo appearance from here. Is like Happy Gilmore too. He just popped his head in, made the stupid appearance, and got out of here. But we thank you all for joining us. We hope you have a wonderful end of the golf season here. I'm not sure exactly the date for when we'll get back to you, but when we do, I'll have some crazy game for the Ryder Cup for us to break this tie. I think we'll have a lot of fun with it. Thanks, Jack.
Thank you.
Have a great day, everybody.